Anambra State Government restates commitment towards transforming technological sector. Federal government targets to return 20 million out of school children back to school in next 4 years. Belarus, Kenya moved to strengthen bilateral relationships. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance for the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values that's giving maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has lauded the state football team for their recent victory in the Nigeria National League NNL Championship. The team, Solution Football Club, coasted to victory with 1 goal after a tense and thrilling match against Osun United. A GK Abada's report is taken from our studio.
Praised the team for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to excellence and their impressive performance in the outing. The governor also highlighted the importance of sports in building character and fostering teamwork among young people. He noted that sports is not just about winning or losing, but they teach valuable life lessons such as discipline, perseverance, and teamwork. Governor Soludo said that such qualities are essential for success in any field and expressed his gladness about seeing young people develop them through sports. The governor, who promised to continue supporting the team to excel all the way if they produce results, assured that the state football club will be officially unveiled soon.
So it's to tell you that I have a personal interest in this football team. It's a future for you. You can make a glorious future out of it. You become also motivators and role models to others. So I want to encourage you to take it seriously, to excel. Okay?
The team captain, Emmanuel Daniel, said that it feels great to see their efforts paying off, assuring that they will strive to make the state proud. Chairman of the State Sports Commission, Mr. Patrick Onyedum, led the team on the visit, which was attended by Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezadri, Principal Secretary to the Governor, Barrister Joaquin Aneto, among others.
Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim has restated the commitment of the Professor Chukwuma Soludo-led administration towards making the state's technological sector viable and most sought after across the globe. The Deputy Governor stated this when he represented Governor Soludo during the Anambra State adoption of the Nigeria Startup Act Ecosystem Stakeholders Engagement and Validation session held at Solution Innovation District, Oka. We have details.
The event, which attracted men in the tech sector as well as academia and industrialists, gave them opportunity to deliberate on the Nigerian Startup Act to identify ways through which the act will be beneficial to the state as well as the tech sector. Deputy Governor Ibezim, who acknowledged that the world is now technology-driven, explained that Governor Soludo is passionate about stabilizing the tech sector of the state to ensure that Anambra State is not left behind in the recent trend. Describing technology as one of the major pillars of the present administration, Dr. Ibezim said that the efforts of the governor in building the tech sector is also geared towards meaningfully engaging the teeming youth and eradicating unemployment among them.
We are moving into an era globally where if you don't imbibe technology, it will leave you behind. And we have a Solution Innovation District, which is a warehouse that is capturing this. To Mr. Governor, this is dreams that are being actualized.
Startups, a few weeks ago, the governor rated 5,000 startups through one Unity Skill program. And this is the way forward to the government of Nigeria for this wonderful initiative. That is the way forward.
Earlier in a remark, The convener of the event and special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on innovation and business incubation, Mrs. Chinwe Okoli, explained that adoption of the Nigerian Startup Act in Anambra is a declaration that the state is ready to embrace the technology with open arms and a sign that Governor Soludo matches words with action in his promise to make Anambra a technology hub. Mrs. Okoli noted that the Nigeria Startup Act will create a conducive environment for startups to flourish in the state, reduce regulatory burden, provide tax incentives, simplify democratic process, and unshackle the potentials of startups, and as well provide startups that can compete favorably with their counterparts globally.
This act is important because it's designed to actually support the growth of startups, technology-enabled startups out of Anambra State. And you know, startups are people who come up with ideas as solutions to different problems we have, and they cut across sectors. It could be from the health, education, environment, just any sector, just name it. So we want to see the emergence of startups out of Anambra State.
In a speech, the state adoption lead, Nigerian Startup Act, Mrs. Tracy Okolo Isaac, who spoke on understanding and leveraging the opportunities of the Nigerian Startup Act, said that the act was enacted to ensure that startups thrive in this part of the world, adding that it regulates both the activities of the startups in Nigeria and the government.
Anambra State government has disowned a message circulating on social media platforms and various online channels claiming that the government has approved a 10,000 naira cash transfer giveaway for all citizens for Christmas and New Year celebrations. A release signed by the press secretary to the governor, Mr. Christian Aburime, described the information as a misleading, fraudulent, and false and not authorized by the Anambra State government. We have details that the release explained that the link provided in the message was fraudulent and advised members of the public not to open the link as their personal data may be compromised. It made clear that the Anambra State government does not operate any cash transfer program for this nature through unverified online links or applications, other than that any official communication or program initiated by the government is announced through official channels, including verified government websites, press statements, and authorized social media handles. These strongly advise the public to exercise caution and refrain from engaging from such fraudulent links or sharing personal information through unverified platforms. The state government regretted that individuals or groups would seek to deceive the public with false promises, especially during festive seasons, and encourage citizens to remain vigilant and report such fraudulent activities to the appropriate authorities. It also advised the public to refer to official government channels and authorized representatives for authentic and verified information regarding government programs, initiatives, or announcements, assuring that the Anambra State government remains committed to serving the people with transparency, integrity, and accountability. Over 10,000 graduates have been awarded various academic degrees in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. The graduates received the awards during the 17th convocation ceremony of the institution held at the Convocation Arena. We have details.
Doctorate degree. Addressing the university community and its guests, including the visitor to the school, President Bola Tinubu, members of Federal Executive Council, National Assembly members, Anambra State legislators, Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and the Wongwom Jos, Dr. Dajacob Gyambuba, Pro-Chancellor and members of Governing Council of the school, members of the University Senate, traditional rulers, including the traditional ruler of Onitsha and Chairman Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Alfred Achebe, the Archbishop, Anglican Niger Province, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezini, students and other guests. President Bola Tinubu commended the graduates for acquiring degrees from various fields in the institution. President Tinubu, represented by the Director, Tertiary Education, Federal Ministry of Education, Mrs. Rekiyat Eliasu, reminded them that life outside the university is beyond acquiring a certificate and that there is a lot of national and individual competition in the open market as government tries to carry its responsibility of caring for its citizens. They should think out of the box and know how to fix themselves, as there is no gain saying or expecting the government to muzzle all problems.
Only by guaranteed by sound moral character. I therefore implore you to shun vices and acts capable of truncating the peace the university is enjoying now. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate our indefatigable parents for the courage and determination in pulling resources together in order to secure a glorious future for their children and words.
Chancellor of the University, Dr. Jacob Giambuba, who earlier declared the ceremony open, congratulated the graduates for attaining higher degrees and certificates, even in the face of economic challenges, urging them to be ambassadors of the school wherever they may be.
I congratulate the postgraduate diploma and higher degree graduates who will today be our I salute the distinguished Nigerians who will be conferred with honorary degrees in acknowledgement and appreciation of their various contributions to Nigeria's development.
In an address, the Vice Chancellor of UNIZIK, Professor Charles Esimone, while welcoming all to the event, thanked the President for the visit and said he believed in the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu on his Project 200 agenda of making the university the best in Nigeria, among the 10 best universities in Africa, and among the first 200 the world over. Professor Esimone said that Nnamdi Azikiwe University ranked 5th in Nigeria, 31 in Sub-Saharan Africa, and 1,501 in the world from ranking among the first 4,000 universities. He announced that National Universities Commission approved commencement of about 11 undergraduate studies and expressed pride in the level of academic excellence recorded by the institution under his watch. From the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
While the Vice-Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Charles Esimone, has described the UNIZIK Business School, UBS, as a global brand. Speaking at the 17th Convocation Dinner, over 35 doctorate and 20 master's graduates of the school held in Awka, the Anambra State capital, Professor Esimone, who was represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Administration, Professor Joseph Ikechebelu, said that the school would always get the attention of the management of the institution. We have details.
Challenge the graduates to strive to make a difference in their different endeavors and be good ambassadors of the institution. Contributing, the Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Philomena Ibokwe, represented by the Associate Provost of the college, Professor Chinyelu Ekunife, charged the graduates to use the opportunity they had at the school to improve their former selves, stressing that UNIZIK Business School is a special brand.
To improve your former self. It's not to compete or to feel that you are superior to some other person, but you are now superior to your former self.
In his address at the event, the director, UNIZIK Business School, Professor Emo Okoye, charged graduates of the school to add value of improved proficiency, productivity, and excellence to the various organizations they own or work for, describing them as the essence of the kind of learning opportunity offered in UNIZIK Business School. Professor Okoye noted that the dinner offered the opportunity to present for the very first time in the history of UNIZIK Business School doctoral graduates that majored in business administration and public administration respectively, and reminded all, especially the graduates, that when one studies, he or she shows self-approved unto God, as recorded in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15, describing the 55 graduates as ambassadors and the biggest advertorial for UNIZIK Business School. Professor Okoye requested them to introduce 2 new persons to join the UNIZIK Business School learning experience in order to give them what they have enjoyed. He stated that with the new academic programs added, the need for more classrooms and office spaces for the UNIZIK Business School can no longer be overemphasized, calling for support in ensuring timely completion, even as he commended a member of the board of directors of the school, Chief Ikenna Okafor, for his financial support to start the building project.
We are indeed happy that you will bring value-added orientation of improved proficiency, productivity, efficiency, and excellence to the various organizations that you either own or work for.
Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezeajue, who attended the event, spoke on ways the state and the university can drive sustainable development.
What we are doing in Aka, because we want to bring life to this city. You don't just come to the university community and spend your 4 years or, we want to make Aka livable. And that is why we are putting a lot of infrastructure at the moment.
In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Still to come in the news, the federal government targets to return 20 million out-of-school children back to school in the next 4 years. Belarus, Kenya moved to strengthen bilateral relations. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. We'll go on the short break. The news returns after that.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Over to the federal scenes. The Ministry of Education says it is working to get Nigeria's 20 million out-of-school children back to school in the next 4 years. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, said this at the 2024 Budget Defense before the Joint Committee of the National Assembly on Education in Abuja. He said that there were millions of out-of-school children in Nigeria, noting that it is a major problem for the country. He encouraged universities to include skills, training, and entrepreneurship into their curricula to ensure that they produce self-reliant graduates. On business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has suspended the processing fees on large cash deposits. A release by the Acting Director of Supervision, Dr. Adeton Adedeji, revealed the new development on the regard to charges by banks, other financial institutions, and non-bank financial institutions issued on December 20th, 2019 affects deposits above 500,000 naira for individual accounts and 3 million naira for corporate accounts. The suspension shall remain in effect until April 30th, 2024, CBN said. The CBN had in 2019 declared that it would begin to levy bank customers making cash deposits and withdrawals as part of its efforts to reduce cash in use. The CBN also made known that for corporate accounts, the deposits money banks would charge 5% processing fees for withdrawals and 3% processing fees for lodgements of amount above 3 million naira. From the foreign scenes, the president of Kenya and Belarus agreed to broaden ties during talks in Nairobi, the Kenyan president said, as diplomatically isolated Minsk seeks to secure more African allies. The visit comes a day after Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, a staunch ally of Moscow, was in Equatorial Guinea as part of an African tour to bolster ties on the continent. Lukashenko was received at State House in the capital Nairobi. His Kenyan counterpart, William Ruto, said on X, formerly Twitter, the two leaders agreed to broaden our ties to renewable energy, trade, investment, and education, Ruto said. Immense opportunities exist between Kenya and Belarus that must be exploited for the prosperity of the two countries, Ruto said, adding that the East African nation was keen on tapping Belarus' technology in agriculture. From the world of sports, the Nigeria Olympics Committee is worried that poor finances are affecting national sports federations' preparations for next year's African Games and Paris 2024 Olympics. Media officer Tony Nzianya told journalists that the poor economic situation in the country has put the federations under pressure as they strive to give their athletes adequate training and exposure to excel at international events next year. To ameliorate the situation, Nzianya said that the body is seeking ways of ensuring that Nigerian athletes get the required training to excel in international events, adding that it is exploring every means possible to help the federations. The 2024 Pan-African Games will hold from March 8 to March 23rd in Accra, Ghana, while the Paris 2024 Olympics will run from July 26th to August 11th, 2024. Let's take a short break. The news returns after that.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Welcome to the worship of Christ, the newborn King, as Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, invites you to her Christmas Fiesta 2023 Cultural Carols and Awards.
Date, Friday 15th December 2023.
Time, 2 p.m. Venue, Oma Event Center by Ekweme Square, Oka. Chairman of the occasion, Chief Majume Okwaka Amici, former Commissioner for Information and Culture. Royal Fathers of the Day, His Royal Highness Igwe Pharmacist Alex Uzonido is a Chuamaga of Ogidi Kingdom. His Royal Majesty Igwe Makantoni Chinedu Elibo Okonkwo Ezediorama III of Alo, Igwe Alo Zulukwe, and His Royal Highness Igwe Peter Chukwuma Nibogo, Igwe Chimereze I of Amansi. For more inquiries, call 0803-312-7157 or 0706-502-7350. The ABS 2023 Christmas Fiesta, Cultural Carols and Awards. Come, let's worship Christ, the newborn King. Announcers Chido Obidiegu, KSP, MD CEO, ABS, and Barrister Juliet Amasiato, Director, Legal Services.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka, and go on. We are on X at ABS Radio TV. On Instagram, we are ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main points that made the news again. Governor Soludo has reassured Anambra football team of support to excel. Anambra State Government has restated commitment towards transforming technological sector. From the federal scenes, federal government is targeting to return 20 million out-of-school children back to school in next 4 years. From faraway Africa, Belarus and Kenya have initiated move to strengthen bilateral relations. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all on the news this morning. My name is Uche Chukwu Ibana. Be good.